Name James, man. You know how I do this. You see the Cowboy star in the back. We do the Cowboy show, but man, I started doing these high schoolers, man, and it's amazing. I've been having a slew of amazing interviews. You need to go check these interviews out because I've been interviewing some dogs. And let me tell you what, I got another dog right here. This dude is ultra aggressive. And actually, I got his tape on the YouTube channel, so you better go check him out. Mr. Corey Baugh, 6 foot, 190 pound linebacker slash corner from Coconut Creek, Florida. What's up, Corey? How you doing today?
What's up, coach? I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing good. It's fine. Finally, we got this interview, man. I'm really excited to talk to you about some things and basically pick your brain about the position that you play. Because, like I said, one thing that I really like about you, you ultra aggressive. You ultra aggressive. You when you get in there and you stick your nose in there, I like it. So let's just jump right in there. Obviously, you're a senior this season. You're excited about that. You play the defensive back and you play the linebacker position. So going into your senior season, kind of what are some of your own expectations you have for yourself at the position, and what do you kind of want to look to maybe improve on heading into your final year?
And into my final year, this year we're running a lot more man than I expected. So I'm gonna start working on my man coverage more in the off season, which isn't that long, because the regular season is coming up very soon.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm just gonna keep grinding like I always have.
Yeah, definitely. Now, I see where you played a lot of the nickel position, and like I said, you played a lot of linebacker. Now, how do you feel? What position? Because you told me that you pride yourself on being a very versatile type player, and going into any kind of college or beyond, versatility is key. That will get you on the field earlier. But if you had a position of choice between a linebacker and cornerback, what would you go with?
Well, actually, coach, I'm a linebacker slash nickel.
Okay,
So
my
for
bad
me,
on the nickel. My bad.
you're good. You're good. You're good. You're good. I understand. I understand. So for me, I would really like to play nickel because I love that spot. It's a very good spot on the field where you could make a lot of plays,
Mm-hmm.
and you're always gonna find stuff to do in that spot. It's not like you're gonna sit on the field and not get recognized
Right.
because you're always in the mix. At nickel, you're either making tackles, you're either covering somebody. There's always something to do there. So that's the spot that I really would like to learn and play in college.
Okay, and now that's pretty unique because a lot of people want to say I want to be the starting outside corner, or I want to be the starting linebacker. You coming in and saying, "Well, I want to play the nickelback position." Now, here's the thing: I like what you're talking about because the way the offenses are geared in college nowadays, and even in the pros, you got to have three good corners. Back in the day, it used to be have to have two good corners, and you're good. You have to have a good nickel because a lot of that action, like you said, goes on in that nickel. A lot of top receivers slide and play in the slot now. So you got to have a really good nickel cornerback to be able to counteract that. So that's pretty amazing that you're saying that. And I would definitely like to see the trajectory of it. Now, we went over a little bit of your stats. One of the things that kind of stuck out to me, you had 6 sacks. So kind of tell me about that. Was it a lot of blitz packages that they were sending you on? How do you really feel like you got a lot of those sacks this in your junior season?
Last year we did have a lot of blitzes with that nickel spot,
Mm-hmm.
and it opened up a lot of other positions to make a lot more plays. But like I said before, the nickel spot, you can make so much plays. There's so much opportunity in that spot. That's why I love it. Because you could be in man, you can be in zone, you can be in a blitz, you can be in the run fit, you could be anywhere on the field.
Hmm. Now, tell me, we were talking back and forth on your in the messaging. Talk about your defense. What kind of defense do you type of run over there with your squad?
This year we're running more of a match concept defense.
Hmm.
So for me, like I said from before, we're going to be doing a lot more man on man coverage.
Hmm.
And previously, we were more of a zone defense last year in my junior year film.
Hmm.
So this year, that's why I said I had to work more off season on man coverage because that's what I kind of struggle with. But
Hmm.
you know, I love that spot and I want to earn that spot on the team. So
So
that's what
talk about talk about your team. What was your guys' record last season?
we were. I'm pretty sure 6 and no. We were 5-4 last year. I'm pretty sure.
5 and 4 last year. Did
Yeah.
you guys make the playoffs?
No, we didn't make the playoffs.
Okay. Now the division, I know how there's different classes like 4A, 6A, things of that nature. What type of are you guys like in a tough division? What kind of division are you guys in over there?
We're in the we're in the 4A division. I'm pretty sure.
Mm-hmm.
Five division. Sorry.
5A. Okay. So do you guys play a lot of really tough teams? A lot of teams that you playing in high school, maybe getting other scholarships, or you guys considered like in a tough division?
Yeah, well, we've always been in that little mix with
Mm-hmm.
Deerfield, the Dillard team, and this year we're actually playing St. Thomas on their homecoming game. So, and with a new coaching staff this year, we expect to do big things. Our motto right now is to go to states and win it all. You know.
Okay. Now talk about your new coaching staff. How did that come about, and how do you feel about the staff coming in? You said you got a new staff. You feel like you're going to win some games. What gives you confidence about your new staff that's just come in?
Well, my new staff consists of Coach Hutch, Coach B, Coach Thomas, and some other coaches that were brought in by my head coach, Coach Davis.
Mm-hmm.
And honestly, I love the defense that Coach Hutch runs. It's a very great defense for the nickel spot for everybody. And you'll see in this season that there's going to be so much pressure on the quarterback that it's going to open up so much place for the rest of the defense because of our amazing D-line, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And the concept that he runs, it's stellar, you know?
Nice. I like hearing that. Now, have you went to any camps this season? I know I've seen you played your spring game, but have you attended any camps this year? And if you have attended any camps, what do you really want to show the coaches that what Corey Baugh really brings to the table?
Well, I haven't been to a lot of camps this year because I actually hurt my knee recently.
Oh,
so
okay.
I haven't been to a lot of camps, but I'm planning on going to a camp June 22nd.
Mm-hmm.
July 22nd, sorry, July 22nd.
Mm-hmm.
And, what I want to show is my physicality and my size and how I can be dominant and versatile with not just physicality, because I could be slow with just using physicality, but I'm not. And I want to show that I can cover man on man and in zone.
Okay, now I'm gonna tell you right now, I'm gonna go ahead and agree with your physicality. I don't think they're gonna find no problem in seeing your physicality, because the first thing that jumped out when I watched your tape was how physical you are at the point of attack. You know how to break down, you wrap up, and you exploded. When you see that man with the ball carrying this in front of you, explode into that player. So I'm really excited to see what you can do at them camps, and I bet you better give me a scouting report. Give me a report when you get down there, so we can talk about how bad you turned up there. You feel me? You know what I'm saying? So we want to definitely see that, because I'm telling y'all folks, this dude ain't lying when he's talking about his physicality. Go check out that video that I dropped to him. That's the first thing that's going to jump out about the tape is his physicality and his physical nature by the way he plays. So we really like that. Now, I was scrolling down. Don't think I'm a stalker. I went through your Twitter a little bit. Don't think I'm stalking anything like that. I seen you got an offer though. How are the offers from schools really coming as you head into your senior season?
Right now, I have a lot of interest in a lot of colleges, but that one offer is huge because it could open up a lot more opportunities for me. And I actually got invited up to a camp at Valparaiso University.
Nice.
And that's the camp that I'm going to July 22nd. So
nice. So tell me about that school. What was the name of the school again?
Valparaiso.
No, the school that offered you your scholarship.
Dome.
Oh, okay. And now, is that a local school out there in Florida? Where is that located?
It's in Nebraska.
Oh, Nebraska.
Yeah.
Now that's a little hike. Now, since we're talking about that, are you born and raised from Florida?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now, I talked to Braden, it slipped my mind, but he plays in Florida as well. And I was asking about, why is Florida so good? Because when you talk about high school players, Florida is always named at one of the top producing players in college and in the NFL. In your opinion, why do you think that's so? Why is Florida football so good?
The competition out here it starts from when you're at a young age, and it just keeps on rising and rising as you get older. And by the time you get to that level, you're already ready, and you already see all the competition you need to see. And that's when you can shine at that big level, at the collegiate level and the national level. That's what
I agree, because when I asked Brandon Cerner, he said the same thing. He said, you start out real young out here. He said, it's like a family affair. Like, it's personal. You start out super young, and then they say it's like, you're like, it's like a mindset. It's like, it's what it is. Like, Florida football is like, not Florida, excuse me. Florida football, it's serious out here. Like, it means something to us out here. Do you kind of feel that way?
Yeah, it's a very personal sport here.
Nice. Now, Obviously, let's talk about your grades. I talk to a lot of the young athletes, and we always talk about being a student athlete. Now, I did see on your profile that you have a 3.0 GPA. Let's talk about school. Like, what is possibly your favorite subject? And when you're going to college, what would you like to major in?
My favorite subject is actually math. I've always been ahead in math. I'm actually 2 years ahead, so I'm completely done with math now. I took math this last year, my junior year, just because to get more, my GPA up and get more credits and stuff to look good for colleges. And right now I'm actually taking summer courses online to help my GPA to boost it, a little bit.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
But when
So
I get to, go ahead.
no, go ahead, go ahead.
Oh, sorry. When I get to college, I'm gonna try to look into the medical field. Valparaiso has a very good medical school, and I really like that about that school. So I always look into schools every time I get interest or they text me or whatever.
That's nice. That's nice. Now, let me tell you something. Math was my worst subject. Okay. So I give you 200 million props because when somebody says they're good at math, I'm like, yep, he going to do something in life. Because, boy, that math is tough. So that's pretty awesome. You've already completed all your math before your senior year. I wish I could only did something when I was like that in high school. You feel me? So props to you already with that. And I'm already hearing Valparaiso out there, so we just already gonna throw that in the air that you know what, Corey might be one to attend there. So get ready, y'all, when he attends that camp. Might be a scholarship offer right after there. So we're gonna already pray that you go crazy over there and they offer you immediately. That's what I already want to talk about in here. So as we getting ready to kind of end this a little bit, when you wake up in the morning, man, who kind of inspires you? Who kind of just makes you want to go hard when you're doing the weights or if you're lifting or if you're working out? Who kind of keeps Corey Baugh motivated? Who keeps you going? Who's a mentor in your life? You know what I'm saying? That kind of gives you that extra edge when maybe you want to give up.
So ever since I was young, I always looked up to my dad because he's actually the one that coached me and raised me to play football. And I wore his number in Little League.
Nice.
And me and my brother used to play together. But now my brother's in college. He actually plays at Concordia University in Chicago.
Nice. Uh-huh.
So now I had that number 20 last year because my brother, he had that number in high school. And I was like, I'm going to rep that too,
Yeah.
And I want to get there like he did to the collegiate level.
Nice. Well, first of all, let's give shout out to all them fathers out there because us fathers don't get a lot of props out there in these streets. So shout out to number one, your dad, because I'm gonna tell you right now, your parents have done an amazing job with you. You just listen to you talk. The way you carry yourself is really awesome. So I just want to give them amazing props for an amazing job they've already done with you. Now, how about any I know you mentioned some coaches, anybody like some players you play with, and how about this? Do you emulate anybody? Do you watch anybody maybe in college or the NFL to say maybe I want to emulate my gamer after him? I watch him and I like to watch the tape and want to maybe pattern my game after him. Do you have anybody like that?
Yeah, my brother actually he kind of played the same position as me in high school, but towards the collegiate level, he switched towards more of like a post safety, deep safety kind of vibe, And I love the way he comes downfield. He's very physical, he's very aggressive, and he plays the pass very well. And he's just he's that overall player you can have on your team,
Right. Now, you mentioned safety. Would you be open to transition to like a safety position? Let's say they said we want to move you maybe to a safety position in college. Would that be something, or do you want to say strictly as a nickel type corner going to the next level?
Honestly, I'm all ears when it comes to the next level. I'm all ears now to my coaches because my coaching staff is amazing. Shout out to them again. They're amazing. And honestly, I want to be a very versatile player. I want to get on the field. I want to be able to play football because that's what I love. That's what I love doing. So switching to a post safety would be a challenge for me, but I feel like I can overcome that because I've overcome starting from O-line in Little League to playing DB now in high school. So it's something I can do.
Definitely. And like you said, you pride yourself on being a versatile type player. So that's pretty awesome. Now, you're currently 6 foot, 190 pounds?
Yes, sir.
Now, do you think you could add even more weight, or what would your ultimate weight want to be even in college?
Well, I want to shoot for like a 210 maybe. You know,
Mm-hmm.
I want to
Mm-hmm.
get really like I want to also keep I want to get big, but I also want to keep my athleticism and be able to
Right.
move at that DB spot. But
Right.
also be able to come down and fill lanes and holes and be physical like I've always loved doing since I started playing football.
Hey, you never know. I mean, you play a little bit linebacker now. If you get up to 210, you may transition there. Because I'm gonna tell you right now, I'm gonna be honest with you. From me looking from afar, I wouldn't mind seeing you at that linebacker spot, putting on some pounds and playing linebacker because you have a mentality like that. I see how you play. You aggressive. You get up on that line of scrimmage. You're a great blitzer. You wrap up. I don't know. I'm just saying. I'm just saying, big dog. I would not be mad seeing you at linebacker and turning up because you would be all over the field getting all kind of tackles. You'd be a 10 tackle type dude for real, and a lot of tackle for losses. That's just what I see. I ain't hating. That's just what I see. Now, we talked about a little bit of your stats last year. And we talked about your 6 sacks. Do you have maybe any goals of what you want to get statistic wise? What you want to do this year, maybe improve on in that aspect. You got 6 sacks. I think you had 8 pass breakups. You had 2 fumble recoveries, 1 return for a touchdown. Maybe what do you really want to expand on that, maybe number wise, going into your senior year?
Number wise, I want to obviously get better than last year because it's my senior season. I want to ball out, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And honestly, I want to make a lot more plays in the pass fit because that's what I feel like my film needs. It needs to show my versatility
Yeah.
in the pass fit because I already showed that I'm physical enough at the line. I still want to be physical throughout the year, though. Don't get me
Mm-hmm.
wrong. I
Mm-hmm.
love being physical, but I also want to make plays in the pass fit, like interceptions, more pass breakups, all that.
Nice, nice. Now, I'm sure. Where's Valparaiso again?
In
Is that
Indiana,
Indiana? I think
I'm
that's
pretty sure.
Indiana. Yeah, I
Yeah.
think that's Indiana. All right. So one last question before we kind of head off of here. Now, you're born and raised in Florida, and obviously we mentioned different schools, Indiana, Nebraska, things of that nature. So obviously it's not a big deal for you to travel. But would that be your first choice? So let's say you had some really good schools offer you in the state of Florida, and you had the offers out of state. Do you think being in state would sway you because that's where you've been born and raised, or would you say I kind of want to see the world and maybe see what else is out there?
Coach, honestly, that all depends on the situation that comes with the scholarship. You know,
Got you. Mm-hmm.
it's a lot of variables there, but I would love to see the world. I would love to stay in Florida. There's a bunch of stuff I haven't seen in Florida yet, but there's
Mm-hmm.
also a whole world out there, you know?
Yeah, definitely, definitely. Well, we're going to be wishing you the best, and we know you're going to turn up and definitely get that knee better so you can go all crazy at that camp heading into next month. Now, like I told all the young men, this isn't going to be the only time we do our interview. We do our pre-interview, we're going to do our mid-season interview, and then we're going to do our end-of-season interview. Basically, we're going to chart what you talked to me, and you both talked about your goals that you have for yourself, and we want to see if you were able to hit them during the season. And also, this is some good news I just got. My producer is coming back. He's moving back to where I live. So what we're going to do is we're going to have even more better production for you guys. We're going to start doing video breakdown of you guys. So whenever you guys can get some tape from me, we're going to just start breaking down the videos and start shooting them out to everywhere so you guys can get even more notoriety and more shine and bring more of the spotlight to you and what you're doing out there in Florida, especially in Coconut. You feel me?
Yes, sir.
All right. So, hey, do you have any last words before we get up out of here, Mr. Corey Baugh?
Yeah, I want to give my family a great shout out for supporting me throughout all this. You know, my mom, my
Uh,
dad, brother, sister, everyone.
Hey, and before you finish, I want you to say all that. Like, tell us all about that before we get off here, because nothing better than family, and we love for that to be number one. So, as you're giving your shout outs, I mean, you can just say, "Hey, I love my sister because," or my brother, just whatever you want to do.
I love my brother. He gave me a lot of support throughout high school. My dad, throughout Little League, throughout high school, still supports me to this day. My mom supports me to this day. She hasn't stopped. Every day she's asked me about practice. You know, my coaches, Coach Hutch, he's been on me every day. You know, Coach B, I did a 2-a-day with him today. He worked on my 40 time today. Coach Davis, you know, puts out a good word for me anywhere I'm going. Coach Russ puts out a good word wherever I'm going. Coach Chad actually is the one that helps me the most when it comes to, you know, defensive back drills, footwork, everything. He's that man, Coach Chad Wilson. You know?
Nice. Well, number one, it sounds like you have an amazing, awesome support system. So that is great. And number one, oh, you mentioned that 40 time. I forgot to ask that. Now, you said you had the knee injury, so I get that. But did you have your 40 time before your knee injury?
I actually didn't get it because when I went on tour with the team, I actually did the very first camp before I could actually do that.
Oh, okay. Well, that's all right. Well, we're going to pray to get that better. What do you think you would run? Just curious.
I would say probably a 4.6, 4.7. Low 4.7 though. Like I don't think I would run a 4.7 right now.
Okay.
I feel very confident at the time. And my coaches, they put in the work with me every day.
You're going to get that down. You're going to be running 4.5s. You're going to be running 4.5s, possibly 4.4s. So we ain't even talking about that. We know you about to turn all the way up. You feel me?
I'm still putting in work right now. Right now it's a 4.6. You know?
Yeah. That's why I said I said 4.6, man. We ain't saying no 4.6. We're saying 4.5, 4.4. We ain't talking about that. We're gonna kill that number here soon. So we ain't worried about that. We about to rock that up. So I feel me. So we already playing for good things with that. So man, I really appreciate you, Corey, jumping on here, man. I had an exciting time with you. I love just listening to you, support system. I'm going to keep it real. I'm going to go watch the tape again. As soon as we get done with this interview, I'm going to go watch the tape again. Because like I said, folks, y'all really need to watch him. Go to the Big Game James page on the YouTube. His video is already on there. This kid, when he tells you he's a physical player, he's a physical player. And to me, that's the first thing when you watch his tape that jumps out to you is his physicality. So we're going to see a lot of good things for you this year and beyond, and we're praying for health as you continue to rehab your knee. So if you don't have anything else to say, for Big Game James, Mr. Corey Baugh, for Generation Next, we'll be talking to you soon. We out. Peace.